Welcome to The Explainer, where we break down complex ideas.
So, what if I told you that just one word could completely change how you see, well, everything? Today, we're diving into this incredible ancient Pali word from the earliest Buddhist texts. And trust me, it's a word that, once you really get it, holds a key to understanding reality itself.
And that word is Saṅkhārā. Now, you've probably heard it translated in a bunch of different ways, and you know what? There's a really good reason for that. It's one of the most profound, most layered terms in the entire Pali canon.
I mean, this word shows up everywhere. A really common line you'll find is this one, which basically says that all saṅkhāra are impermanent. They're subject to this simple, universal rhythm of rising up and then falling away. Nothing lasts. Simple as that. And look, this wasn't just some minor idea tucked away in a corner. This quote, this was part of the Buddha's very last instruction to his followers. Think about that. His final message was a reminder, hey, everything that is a saṅkhāra is subject to decay, so you have to strive on with diligence. It doesn't get much more important than that. Okay, so what does this super important word actually mean? And why is it so famously hard to translate with just one English word? Let's start peeling back the layers and find out.
All right, let's start with the first layer. This is the kind of meaning you'd find if you just opened up a modern Pali-English dictionary.
So the standard translations you'll see are things like formations, fabrications, or conditioned things. See what they all have in common? They're all nouns. They're pointing to, well, things. Stuff that's been made or put together or conditioned by other stuff. It all sounds a bit static, right? Like a finished product just sitting there. But what happens if we go deeper? What if we use an ancient linguistic tool called Naruti? This lets us analyze the word the way its original speakers might have heard it, by breaking it down to its absolute roots.
You see, the word Saṅkhārā is actually a compound. The first part, sam, is a prefix meaning together or with, and the second part, kār, is a root verb that means to make or to do. And hey, that might sound familiar. It's the exact same root that gives us the word karma.
So what happens when you put them together? Suddenly, the word stops being a static noun and becomes a dynamic process. Saṅkhāra literally means to make together or to co-create. It's not a thing anymore, it's an action. The very process of putting things together. And let me tell you, this shift from a thing to a process is a total game changer. It's like the difference between just looking at a finished sculpture and actually watching the sculptor at work, creating it in real time. So let's try to visualize this difference. Okay, so on one side, you've got that first layer, the modern view, static formations. Think of a finished product. Our reality is just a collection of objects. But then on the other side, that root meaning reveals something so much more alive, dynamic co-creations. It's not about the finished product, it's about the active, ongoing process of building it right now. Okay, let's take this new way of seeing things for a spin. We're going to apply it to one of the most famous phrases in all of Buddhism, a really crucial link in what's called the chain of dependent origination.
So, with that old, static view, the phrase just means, from ignorance, these things just appear. It's kind of magical, right? Like a block just popping into existence out of a cloud. But with this deeper root view, whoa, the meaning is completely different. It becomes from not knowing, the process of co-creation begins. See? It's not a thing appearing out of nowhere. It's a factory firing up its engines. It's these huge interlocking gears that start turning, building our reality moment by moment, all of it driven by a fundamental not knowing.
So, okay, we've gone deep into the linguistics, but why does any of this matter to you, right here, right now? What's the big takeaway?
Because understanding saṅkhāra as an active, creative process completely changes our role in the universe. We're not just passive observers walking through some pre-built, solid world of formations. No way. We are, whether we realize it or not, active participants in the constant creation of our own experience.
And that shift has some huge implications. For one, it means reality isn't a noun, it's a verb. We are always in the process of co-creating our world. It totally redefines what liberation means, too. That goal of stilling all saṅkhāra, that's about stepping out of this frantic, unconscious construction process. And maybe most importantly, it means that real change is always possible. Why? Because the construction is never finished. We can always change our role in how it all gets built. So, yeah, all of that from just getting a deeper feel for one single ancient word.
And it leaves us with a pretty powerful question to think about. If your world isn't some fixed thing you're just living in, but an active co-creation that you are a part of right now, what are you creating?